So if you can sense into the base of the body, the bottom on your chair, the sit bones in particular, the feeling of contact through the base of the pelvis. You might need to rock a little, whether you're on a cushion on the floor or whether you happen to be on a chair. Doesn't matter either way. Can you relax a little around the hip joints, top of the thighs, base of the pelvis, groin? If you're on a chair, you can have a sense, well, you can to some degree on the floor, of the knees extending away and the heels dropping, for those of you on a chair seat. Or the edge of the legs, if you've got them crossed in front of you on the floor. The leg position's not so important, but the quality of contact through the base of the pelvis. Can you get a kind of feeling of coming home into your seat? And today's a little colder than we've been for a while, so you may want to just wrap a blanket around yourself or around your kidneys, even around the lower back. They say it warms you. And the other advice they give when it's cold is that the hands rest in the lap rather than on the thighs. So this kind of classic gesture with the thumbs touching and the palms resting on each other is supposed to warm the body. I'm not sure it does, but that's what they say. Says he, sitting in a centrally heated room here. So if you need to, you can use that advice and you can judge for yourself whether it works. Then let the breath settle. So we've got the resting of the pelvis, or the resting of the lower body. Can you let the breath gravitate there, like the quality of a sigh, almost as if you feel it right in the very base of the body? That kind of like feeling. You don't have to vocalize, of course, but just that dropping of energy in the lower body. And relax around the abdomen if you can. With that sense of ease and flow in the lower body, can you softly lengthen the lumbar spine? Just have a little bit of a rumour of drawing up behind the navel a little. Almost as if the rib cage has got the inclination to move away from the pelvis, even as the pelvis drops away from the rib cage. As if the sides of the waist just very subtly open or lengthen. It might give a slightest of lifts to the spine through the rib cage. You can relax around the center of the chest. We don't need to brace or hold anything there. And practically for ourselves, we can encourage the shoulders to drop. Almost think of the shoulders falling away from the sides of the neck there. Just gently swallow and feel the kind of ease of feeling, or the passageway of the throat. If you let the jaw relax a little and sense into the space in the mouth, you might be able to access that kind of open quality towards the back of the mouth and through the throat. Kind of relaxed channel there. Don't worry if it elicits a yawn, it does sometimes this time of day. Let the eyes be soft, whether they're open or you've allowed them to close. If you are working with open eyes, perhaps a low gaze for now. Very gentle, almost compassionate eyes. There's no need to hunt out through the eyes. Almost let the light come to you. Whether that's through the eyes themselves or through the eyelids. There's a gentle touch, gentle pressure of light. You can imagine you feel that on the exposed skin as well. Almost the touch of space around you. It might give rise to a sense of temperature, the air on your skin. So let the sight of your experience be a sensory one or a sensual one. You could think of being very receptive through the body as a whole. There's a lovely Malayalam phrase, making the body all eyes. Or you could think of the body listening if you like. So there's a quality of poise or receptivity to your experience. Almost the feeling tones of the body can come to the fore of your awareness. It's almost a finding of the right tone or the right flavor between awareness and relaxation, or alertness and relaxation. There's a subtle fine-tuning goes on in the way you rest and allow the awareness or the senses to operate. And then we can direct that a little more inwards. So that same quality of attention, or that same quietude of just being aware, you can turn into what we might label breathing. Not as an abstract idea or the simple knowledge that we are breathing, of course we are. But can you feel it? It doesn't have to be anything grand or magical. Just the simple sense in the body, the movement or play somewhere. Perhaps the touch of your clothing on your skin as the subtle play of inhale and exhale. Or maybe it's the skin itself. Maybe it's a little deeper. Perhaps you've got a sense of movement of the ribs, or even the touch and flow of air at the nostrils. It doesn't really matter where you feel it. is there something tangible that you go, oh yeah, that's breathing? Could be subtle, could be very overt some days, particularly if you've been exercising. And of course, on cold days like today, you might even be able to see the breath if you were outside or you had a window open. But can we feel it for now? Somewhere. Doesn't really matter where. Oh no, in the body. And can you take a little bit of pleasure in it? A little bit of wonder. Oh, I can feel my breathing. And then as you feel relaxed, so you might also notice extraneous tension. Somewhere you're holding, or even elements of concentration or desire to get it right or make it something special. Let all that go. And any physical manifestation of that, like furrowing the brow or tension in the tongue. Can you simply be at ease and feel the breath? The soft flow. Perhaps the gentle expanding and condensing. The kind of pulse and rhythm. There may even be a soft flow and sense of time in that. Now, if you just very subtly shift your awareness to the mind stream, can you almost, in the same way you were listening to the breathing can even stay a little bit in the background there of your awareness, but can you just allow your awareness in the same quiet way to sense a little bit into the soft movement of mind? So you don't have to attract anything, nor do you need to push anything away. Just see the gentle play of mind. It's a challenge because mind is looking at mind in a way, or awareness is looking at mind. That might already have thrown up a question or a thought or a resistance. That's okay, that's something to look at. Nothing to work out. And then if you're clever, you can give, and you are, you can give the mind space. So if you allow a kind of sense of opening up of the width and depth of experience, maybe the space in your room or around you or outside, and then the mind plays within that space. Give the mind time and space to be. And by allowing a kind of openness of your experience, body, breathing, and mind can all relax. Of course, there's activity, there's movement in the body, there's the play of senses, and there's also gentle activity going on in the mind. If it gets too active, come back to breathing or back to your seat, the feeling of the physical body. Relax into the whole of your being. And you may find it helps to almost experience all this or sense into all this through the touch of the heart. So you can look at mind almost from the heart mind. You can feel the body almost with the compassion of the heart. Just soften the edges of your awareness with a heart flavor. That doesn't sound too new agey. Be gentle with yourself. Whatever comes, you can open up. You can allow more space to. Bring your attention more overtly or a little more strongly to breathing. Again, if you want to take a kind of lower body sigh or even a yawn if you need to, re-engage with the physicality of your experience. A little more weight, if you like. Sense the sit bones on your cushion or your chair. Bring your attention to the hands. Perhaps bring the hands together if you wish. You can give them a little rub. And then bring the hands to anywhere you like. It might be the neck, it might be the face, it could be the heart. Whatever you need. If you need to kind of just brush off and wake up a little, then do.